So if you're having a bit of a tough time with anxiety right now, losing all hope, this video is just for you, because the truth is that you won't hear from many people, particularly in the health field. There is absolutely nothing serious wrong with you. Does it feel serious? Absolutely. But just because it feels serious, it doesn't mean it is. And I'm going to tell you in this video exactly why that this whole thing, as difficult and harsh, awful it is at times, is nothing but a bluff. So it's normal that when we suffer from anxiety, and I'm talking all forms of anxiety, whether it be generalized anxiety, whatever that means, feeling anxious often, a low drip of adrenaline, surges of adrenaline, panic states, phobias, obsessive thinking, constant rumination, obsessions with compulsions. It doesn't matter what form of anxiety it is, it's highly unpleasant. And when we remain bewildered by it, we don't really understand it. It does feel very serious and difficult. But again, the truth is there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your brain. There's nothing wrong with your mind. It's just that you've learned the anxiety habit over a period of time. And that's what my whole channel is about. So if you've not watched any of my stuff before, or you need a pep or a boost, I should say, please look at the Anxiety Cure series. But just to make it clear, just so you know exactly that there is nothing wrong with you, there is no brain scan that you've had that says anything's wrong in your brain or mind. The only time we get a diagnosis is if someone asks us questions and they tick the boxes and they go, oh yeah, you must have anxiety, you must have OCD. That is not proof of anything. It's proof of a theory that people have decided that a collective number of symptoms mean that you've got some sort of fixed disorder. It's all words, and they're meaningless in the sense that there is no scan to prove that you've got some defect with your brain. This is something that's fixed that you can't change. It's all explainable by nervous system sensitization. Your poor old nervous system is tired and fatigued because of the stress that you've experienced in your life. I explain all of this in the Anxiety Cure series, but there is nothing wrong with you. You've learned this habit. It's crossed the threshold where you're now getting more exaggerated, extreme symptoms, and it feels really hard. It feels scary because one minute you felt okay, the next you don't. And that simply means your nervous system has just become extra tired and it's gone into hypervigilance mode. So it's starting to react to things that you didn't used to. The more extreme the reaction, the more fearful we get. But it's all explainable because of the cumulative stress that's been building on your system that hasn't been released, that is causing this whole mechanism to activate, seemingly without your control, which is why it feels so scary. It's this active flight or fight freeze response. When that's active, it has to be scary because that response is designed to protect us from physical threats. We see a tiger, a vicious dog in the street, we want that system to engage, to give us fear, to get our attention, to get the heart pumping, to surge adrenaline, so we have the energy we need to avoid the danger and protect ourselves physically. The problem is when that same mechanism goes off when you're sitting at home on the couch, you're in bed, you're at work for the first time, it feels really odd, bizarre, and scary. And all the weird, strange symptoms you get are all explainable by the flight or fight response. All these weird symptoms, physical symptoms, thoughts that we would get when we're facing a physical threat, we wouldn't bat an eyelid about because they're appropriate, they're proportionate to the threat that we're facing. So again, it's just this poor old system activating at seemingly random times that's making people scared, activating when you're in a social situation, when you're flying, causing more thoughts, a series of thoughts to come in because your body keeps reacting to one thought, then it reacts to another and another. That's all normal. That's all reversible. Your brain is not wired wrong. There is no proof that it is. almost everyone who gets some sort of diagnosis never gets any brain scan, never gets any chemical imbalance test for their brain. They're just told that, oh yes, you feel anxious for this many days and for how long, then you must have generalized anxiety disorder. When we look back at our lives, when I coach clients who are still bewildered by the state they're in, we can almost land within 60 minutes as to some of the reasons as to why the stress in their life has been built up, causing these exaggerated symptoms, thoughts, and responses that feel so scary. There is no one I have spoken to who I've gone, oh, this is odd, you know, you've had this perfect life and now suddenly you've become anxious. That has never happened because it's all explainable. It all makes sense. It is just a learned habit. Anxiety, this hypervigilance habit, was a survival skill many of us learnt to get through difficult circumstances in life. But the problem is when that continues, this flight or fight response that we use to get through life, when it becomes active, it's not designed to be turned on every day. It's designed to be reserved for the physical threat situations, those scenarios. But when it's turned on every day and keeps getting activated because we've learnt that life is not safe, eventually it gets tired and it starts to feel more out of control. That's all. It's just this feeling of adrenaline being released at everyday thoughts, situations, scenarios, people, that tricks us into getting so involved in it. So that's all it is. Highly unpleasant, but not serious. You hear me say that a lot. So this is just a reminder that no matter how much your body tells you there's something wrong with you, no matter how much it feels serious, there is nothing wrong with you. No matter how deep your setback might feel, no matter how bewildered you are, this is all explainable through all the work I talk about on my channel. And the way out of it is to, number one, understand what I've just said here today. To listen to this again, listen to other videos where I explain what caused anxiety and why you got into this state in the first place. Because that gives us hope for recovery and reminds us, okay, this is all, it is all explainable. And then we need to start to allow that very scary response to actually do its thing, to process freely, so it learns by us not reacting to it that it's no longer needed. And that's how we start to reverse the process of nervous system sensitization. I just wanted to give this bit of a reminder and boost because I know it's hard. I know when the flight fear response is active, it's hard. It's designed to be hard and scary. So that's why we need to hear these messages over and over. Again, as unpleasant as this whole thing is, there is nothing wrong with you and there is no proof that there is anything wrong with you. I hope that helps. If you've got any comments, please let me know as always. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care.